Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I have a banger of a match for you guys, which means alternate attacks against Dark Looters. If you're surprised like where the heck is Dark Looters coming from, well, we're taking part as Dark Looters in one of the tournaments, like just with like a couple of old friends, which means Yorkamer, Wasman, King Tim, EVCheck and me wanted to have just some fun. Somehow we ended up in the semi-finals against alternate attacks. And well, this is going to be the match which I will show you guys today. It was a ton of fun. There were tons of triple, which I will always teaser you. But yeah, it was a really interesting match. So I hope you guys will enjoy the video. You guys will enjoy the attacks. And yeah, that's basically it. But for now, before we start into the attacks, if you guys would like to support me or my content, or my channel, and if you like what I'm doing, there's an easy way to do so. Go to your settings and more settings, and at the bottom you can find the creator code. And well, if you want to support any creator out there, and if you're buying any of the gold passes or offers or whatever, make sure you have a creator code in there. If you want to support me, it's the creator code iTzu. Thank you guys so much, and let's get started with the first attack. And Ast from Alternate is going to start things off against Yorkamer. And he's going for the drag bat. And drag bat is like one of the strategies which are coming back really nicely, because those bats in combination with those dragons against all of those ground expos are always a really good choice. On this one you can see overall 4 freaking ground expos on this base. So yeah, it was kind of obvious that someone would go coming with air. So on this one what he's trying to do is I guess he's trying to do like a king queen walk from the top side to the left air defense. But since I don't know if he predicted some Tesla over there or something with his king went as planned, but the king was going through that wall, which means the queen is now on her own. She has to deal with a couple of the CC troops, and at the same time is dealing with tons of archer towers. But this makes it kind of tough for her to reach the air defense, which was kind of critical, because this is in the end a dragon attack, and he's not planning to come in from the air defense angle. So that would be kind of nice to have that already out of the way on the back end. Next thing which he's going to do, he's going to send in the Royal Champion from the bottom side to take out that next air defense, to make sure that he has like really nice pathing. But this Royal Champion, like this one Tesla actually, the Seeking shield, is not going for the air defense, which means those are already 2 air defenses which are still standing, even though he planned them to go down kinda. So this is already like a really crazy start, really good start for us. Because, well, we all know that those dragon attacks are pretty crazy. So let's see how we keep going. The next thing is kind of interesting, which I see so many people are doing wrong with dragons, and that's they're kind of afraid of having their dragons tanking air defenses. Have you guys ever counted an air defense and of like how many shots it actually needs to take out a dragon? It's pretty long, especially if a warden is next to the dragon. So that's pretty crazy. So if a dragon is tanking in the beginning the air defense, that's not too bad, to be honest, as long as the pathing into the air defense is kind of straightforward. On this one, which isn't straightforward, is the pathing for the dragons into the core, because now we have the dragons spreading out, which in the first point seems maybe not too bad, but the problem now is that this enemy queen is completely annihilating any dragon which is coming even closer to the core, which means all those ground expos are pretty useless. But this combination of the warden and the enemy queen is wrecking things left and right. So those dragons in the core get completely melted by the queen, and now the bats are the next target for the queen. So this means this won't be a triple for the beginning, but it's a really high percentage attack for alternate, which is never a bad start. But I mean, as we know, always we're always aiming for 3 stars. So good start for us, I guess, with not getting triple in the first try. And yeah, I think those 2 highlighted air defenses, which were like keep staying, were kind of crucial parts in this one. So yeah, the first attack from alternate and from us. So let's check it out, what is going to be the next attack in this war and who is going to attack next. And well, the next attacker in this one is going to be EVCheck, and he's coming in with the hybrid. I can already spoil that to you. It's going to be tons of hybrid this war. I'm kind of sorry. I know that you guys don't like the hybrid that much, but if you guys want to be somehow successful, you need to abuse it. That's how it is. Like, you need to use those strong armies. Obviously, some other armies could work as well, but they're way more risky and way less reliable than the Screen Charge hybrid. So this is why ETHaTaX is going for the Queen Charge Hybrid this time around. He got surprised kind of by a couple of Tesla on the outside over there, so he needs to do something about that. He's trying to work around with like Hawk Rider and Baby Dragon to make sure that the funnel is set up, because this Queen is designed to go into the elixir storage and deal with those inside defenses. That's kind of the goal for this Queen Charge. So let's see how that will end up. So Queen is dealing with the first couple of buildings, and then as soon as she's getting closer to the elixir storage, he will use the wall break, which he's doing right now. Everything's looking really good. The giant bomb is coming in too late, and actually the giant bomb isn't even killing a super wall breaker apparently. So far everything is looking really good for him. The freeze on the single firmament tower is looking good as well. So he will need another freeze, which is kind of fortunate, but this one really well placed skeleton trap really did work. So he's already starting with his king, because his queen did already most of the job which she was like planned for, and now the hybrid part is coming in. There's tons and tons of expos, and normally the expos are kind of like a dangerous defense, but they're really good against troops which have like high hit points, because on those Hawk Riders and on those hybrid troops or like miners, if you heal them non-stop kinda, those expos won't do much. So having the hybrid around the expos is always a good thing, and being able to avoid the expos with their queen is always a good thing as well. So this was really nice base identification by ETHaTaX, and as you guys can see, this is looking completely wrecked, and this should be the first triple for us and the first triple in this war. So really nice opener. And if you guys are wondering why the heck there is like the Animaniacs clan tag at the top right, we're just using that clan. Like, we're still in the tournament, signing as Dark Looters, but there was just the clan which was open for us and wasn't already hijacked by anyone who is playing Clan War League right now. So yeah, you have to do what you have to do, I guess. And yeah, so far everything is looking really good for us, but I mean, still there's tons of attacks still left. 8 attacks overall in this war, and the next one is going to be Vale, and he's actually on fire lately, so that would be a great defense for us if this would somehow fail. So let's see what he exactly is doing. And one thing which I will highlight even more later on is this Yeti funnel, which Alternate is doing tons and tons of. And it's actually so good, because those Yeti funnels are way more reliable compared to like a Bay Dragon funnel, because if there's a Tesla farm, it's most likely that this one Yeti can take out at least 1 or 2 Tesla, which normally should be enough for using the Yeti as a funnel troop. If you're using a Baby Dragon, the couple of Tesla normally always kills the Baby Dragon before the Baby Dragon can even kill one of the Tesla. So the Yeti is way better in funneling purposes, and it's only 3 troop space more than the Baby Dragon, because normally you always need a Cocoon in front of Baby Dragon. So that's kind of the thing about that. From now on, the next thing which I really like about this attack is that he's waiting with his slammer. I see so many people using the slammer in combination with the dragons, which is most of the kind of useless. So what he's doing instead is like really well done. So what he's doing instead, he's using the slammer on the outside as a tank for the scatter shot. And yes, I know scatter shot is not dealing the most damage on splash for those dragons, but it's still a ton. Like, it's adding up a lot, especially like the scatter shot was kind of well protected with the queen being in the core and everything. So that was really nicely done. The next thing, he's starting off with his bats on the right side. I think I would have personally went in from the left, because I feel like it was kind of risky to come in from the right, because at any point there could be a red bomb coming up to the dragons, and well, those red bombs can easily kill the entire bat wave. So this is why I think it would have been safer to come from the left side. But I mean, Vale even had a freeze swag. So I don't think that anything was wrong which he was doing. Nicely done by him. And this means this is going to be the second 3-star in this war. The first one for Alternate. And this war is getting closer and closer. So far, tons of attacks already in. 3 overall. So let's check out what is going to be happening next with your Karma. Your Karma is coming in with the hybrid in as well. I feel a little bit dirty after this war, but we will abuse this hybrid a lot. So let's see. What he's doing over here is he's trying to get rid of the eagle, and he's trying to get rid of the single firmament tower. I think he could have done the Yeti blimp a little bit differently, and maybe would have gotten one of the scatter shots, but those were not the main targets. You guys will see in a second exactly why. Now the problem for him is that there was a really big Tesla farm on the left side, so this is kinda an annoying place to be in, because he wanted obviously to have his king for the funnel later on for the hybrid, because, well, that's kind of obvious since he used his siege machine already as blimp in the beginning, so nothing left anymore which could actually help him with funneling the hybrid later. So that's already not the best start into the attack, but let's see how we can come back from this one. Using the rage kind of late, to be honest, was like hard attack already non-stop with his queen getting shot by the arch tower and the 2 mortars. But now the reason why it was so important that his queen was like this siege perks in the beginning, or like the blimp, sorry, was not taking out the scatter shot, because now he's sending in the wall break, making sure that he's getting his queen into the core for creating really nice pathing for his hybrid. That's kind of the idea right now. He's using the queen ability kind of early on because he needs his spells for the hybrid, because most of the troops were running onto the outside, like with the Hawk Riders and everything, so he needs the extra power for his troops, for his hybrid troops, otherwise this attack can't work. So he had to invest the rage into the hybrid to make sure that they're getting fast through the town hall. And yeah, using the Royal Champ ability kind of early on, which I'm not sure if that was the best choice, but let's see how this is keep going. Using the Royal Champ is taking out the top arch tower, and somehow the queen is still alive and taking out the defenses left and right. Meanwhile, the Royal Champion is now slowly dying, but the warden is still alive, which is kind of key, because from now on this is going to be a time race. This is going to be super close. You have a couple of miners at the top side and wizard at the bottom side. The queen is actually going for a wall. The healers are switching, so the warden is staying alive. The warden is helping the queen, and now this will be really close. The arch tower is actually on the queen, which means the miners can clear most of the top side. We'll clear out the arch tower. The queen is here on the wall. He has his miners finishing up the job. The warden now is jumping the wall, still going for the wall, but this should be not a time problem. The queen is shooting once, and this is going to be a triple. So nicely done by by Yorkama. A little bit lucky, we have to say that it was lucky, but I mean, you take those, right? So let's take a look at the next attack, and the next one is going to be Iron, and he's going for a warden walk for the single inferno tower, which is getting more and more common because, well, there are only single inferno towers out there, so not really easy to walk a multi-inferno tower at this point. What he's doing nicely and on this attack is that he's using a couple of Hawk Riders to lure out any ground skeletons. The reason for that is if you're walking a single inferno tower with your warden and there are like ground skeletons popping up, it's not looking too good for you, because the single inferno tower will completely fry your warden, and that's never a good thing to happen. So now he's going for the single inferno tower, using a nicely timed free spell for the single inferno tower, and so far everything is looking really good for him. Meanwhile, we saw already a Yeti once again at the top side for funneling, and once again, if there would have been a Tesla farm, the Yeti would have did a way better job than, for example, the Bear Dragon. So once again, we're getting highlighted why exactly some of the clans are liking those Yeti funnel options so much, and yeah, he's showing exactly why it's so good. Meanwhile, we have now the healers switching over to the Yetis, but because we have the air sweeper over there, the healers are once again back onto the warden, which is obviously never a good thing. The rages are perfectly on the troops, but not on his healers for now. Now the healers are catching up, which is way too late because the last Yeti just died. So there's not too much left in this. Army anymore. So this is getting really close. Let's see how exactly this will work, or if it can work. Queen meanwhile is taking care of the scatter shot in the core, switching over to the enemy king, following the king into like really deep into the base. Queen is nearly dead, taking out not the enemy king, not taking out the scatter shot, so really bad luck on this part over here. And now Royal Champion on enemy king, Royal Champion taking the enemy king out. Meanwhile, his own king is on the outside trying to beat those defenses and trash buildings up. And 0-1 P.E.K.K.A with the king on the outside. Royal Champion doing her best to get rid of those defenses to make sure that she's creating like a path for the outside cleanup troops. And yeah, now the Royal Champ ability is getting used to make sure that the back end defense are getting clear. The Royal Champ is going for the air defense, going for the last remaining defenses, and this is looking good, even though the beginning with the air sweeper didn't look good at all. So this is a really nice comeback, but still really close on time. Perfect cleanup wizard at the bottom to go for the barbarian building, and this is looking really good for him. So nice save by Iron. This should be a triple with the last second coming in. Nicely done, and this means once again it's tied on triples. And well, let's see how the next attack will go, I guess. Like I said, this war is going to be super close, and so freaking many triples in this war. It was crazy. So the next one is going to be from King Tim, and he's going, hey, surprise, with the hybrid. And he's coming in with the Yeti blimp once again in the beginning. One thing which we are doing a ton right now, since people are slowly but surely getting back onto normal bases, like without using the baits for the blimp. So yeah, it's a bit easier to pull those off. Over here was a really nice entry with the blimp. Now the queen is getting into the action as well in a second, and she's designed to kind of walk the entire side, but getting warbreaked in into the arch tower. He already has funneled the bottom side, so she should go in over there. And so far everything's looking really good for him. Queen is, or like the war break is happening, and now the queen is going into the compartment. First rage is getting placed, and now a lot of things have to happen at the same time. King is getting placed, hybrid is getting placed in a second as well, and queen is going strongly as well. The only bad thing about this right now is that he forgot about the war break, and now the war break is actually going for the wrong wall. The queen was normally like planned to go into the eagle, but that's not really happening. So now everything is kind of messed up with the pathing and everything and so on. So he somehow needs to save this. But there were so many black mines in like the compartment where the queen was charging into that all of the healers are dead. Every freaking single healer. So nicely done by us baiting this entry, and yeah, this is not looking too good for us. So this shouldn't be a too high of percentage, because like the double scatter shot is still being up, and the scatter shots are wrecking troops left and right. So this double scatter shot setup was painful for this attack, but this means in the end we'll finish around like 70% ish. And I think if the war break into this compartment would have happened, might have worked, might have not worked. I think there were so many black mines that this would have not worked anyway. The attack was way too well baited. So this will finish up on 74%, which is kind of low. So percentage-wise, we're not looking too good, but we're still tied on stars. So let's see what alternate will do on the next one, and if we still have a chance, or if this war is going to be over. But yeah, the next attacker is going to be Jojo from Alternate, and he's going to attack my base. So yeah, let's see what he's going to do. And well, surprise guys, he's going with the hybrid in as well. So yeah, everyone is using the hybrid. Everyone is loving the hybrid. Actually, let's see. I would enjoy actually meta shift again as well. So let's see what is happening. First rage is getting placed because of the enemy king, and once again they're using the Yeti in combination with the wizard to funnel. If there would have been a Tesla farm over there, this Yeti would have made a nice job with dealing the Tesla farm, or dealing with the Tesla farm, and take care of enough Tesla to make sure that the pathing, like the funnel setup, is right. On this one, Clan Castle is coming out, taking out the Clan Castle nicely over here, and now a poison. If there would have been a Tesla farm, this would have been taken out easily by the Yeti, and now the queen is designed to go into the eagle. So most of the players are normally going for a queen walk into the channel next to the town hall. By like Jojo's mixing things up with opening up the eagle compartment, so that's pretty good. And now the hybrid is coming into the town hall, next war break, to make sure that the queen is getting the next layer done. Once again, a lot of things happening at the same time. Like I said, most of the people are charging to this LA, but this means that the queen has way more access to way more important defenses. So really good wall breaks over there. Now the hybrid is going on to the town hall, but most of the Hawk Riders are already in the next compartment and have to deal with a lot of traps and a lot of damage over there. So this is not looking too good on the hybrid part. And the king was a little bit late as well, not really funneling perfectly on that side. Queen meanwhile is still alive for now. Somehow, like, she was always dodging the single front tower. But yeah, most of the mines are dead. Basically all of the mines are dead. So that was kind of surprising, but a perfect freeze for the defenses. Should at least clear out the 9 o'clock corner. But with all of the Hawk Riders dying out, I think, at the next defenses, this should not be possible to get the 3-star, because even though he has 40 seconds around about left, there's nothing to get the core, because there's now like the king and the P.E.K.K.A, which are taking the outside defenses, and a group of wizards going to the inside, but nothing can reach the single front tower, so it will be most likely 99% if the time is enough. Otherwise, this will be just straight up a fail. So yeah, really close attack. 95% is going to be the last percentage for this attack. So once again, alternate with a really high percentage, but still, we're tight on triples. So as long as we get the stars, we can still win. So this is going to be the next objective to go for. Once again, going for the stars. And now we have, I'm going to be the next attacker, and I have, to get back the momentum for us, to get the triple in, to make sure that we're getting the momentum back, which we lost because of the kind of low percentage. So let's see how that will work. King is clearing out the top side. I'm going in with the siege barracks on this one. I like the siege barrack personally more. Healers are luckily not switching to the king, which is nice for me. Bedrock is getting placed. So far so good. And now everything's looking good. I would have used kind of like the hole on the base, which is normally kind of risky, but hey. And the 2 Hawk Riders on the air defense are kind of the MVP of this attack. And now, if you guys are surprised, why exactly am I not using a rage right now? The reason is kind of simple. I think bases like this are kind of popular in Legend League right now. So this means if you're using the rage too early, this means that your queen will kind of wrap around the wall and will go into the area where a lot of damage is located. So you want to have to delay, like you need to delay the rage as long as possible. Otherwise it's kind of tricky with the damage. So yeah, wall breaking into the wall. I do not have super wall breakers right now. Queen needs to use her ability to get through the town hall. I'm pretty much wasting this freeze right now, which is pretty bad. But yeah, nice seal and nice warden ability keeps all of the hybrid troops alive for now. And now one of the healers is actually switching as well. So far everything's looking good. The only bad thing, I would have liked to have the freeze, because right now the single front tower is locking on my queen. I do not have any freezes left anymore. I don't have the queen ability left anymore. So my queen is going to die, and this is not looking as good as the beginning was maybe looking like. So that's kind of bad right now. Now all of the Hawk Riders are slowly but surely dying out, which is normally the case in those hybrid attacks. But still, a couple of hybrid or like miners are still alive. And obviously the Royal Champion. I'm placing cleanup troops on the right side to make sure that time isn't an issue. Now the Royal Champion is getting into the back end and using the Royal Champion early, the ability, because this means I have way better pathing into the single front tower. My Royal Champion is taking that out. My miners are clearing out the top side, and this should be a next triple for us. And this means even though we're back on percentage, we're once again in the lead by stars. So this is going to be a close finish, and both sides have 1 attack left each. And on the alternate attack side, we will see Boom attacking, and on the Dark Looter side, we will see Wasman attacking. So this is going to be an intense finish, and let's see how the last 2 attacks will go, and let's see who will finish up as the winner in this match. Boom Boom is going in as well with hybrid. Like I said, this war is kind of the hybrid war. It's a crazy amount of hybrid armies and attacks in this one. He's using the rage to make sure that he's getting rid of the ground expo, because this is getting him way better pathing and way less damage on his queen. He's using nicely a couple of minions at the top side to create a really cheap funnel over there. And now the queen is getting into the base. So far, so good. The only bad thing right now, which is happening is that even though the queen is kind of inside the base, everything's looking good, he cannot reach the outside buildings, which means like his queen cannot reach the elixir collector, which might cause her to go around, like back around and onto the outside building. So since he's seeing that, he needs to place something over there, and since he's kind of short on cleanup or like final troops, he needs to use this miner over there. And now Queen is getting further into the base. She can actually reach the eagle from over there, but with this air sweeper pushing the healers back, they're switching now onto the miner. If you guys are thinking now they're switching back, not really, because there's one Tesla which is like non-stop damaging the miner, which means the healers have no reason to switch back. Which is really stupid, to be honest, because the queen is dying next to the healers and this one freaking miner is keeping them tied to the miner. Like, it's so stupid. So really unlucky healer switch by Bomb over there, and now we're starting off with this hybrid. Actually, with tons of miners and not that many Hawk Riders, he's trying to make sure that he's getting to the base. And so far, everything is looking pretty good. He's using the last miner in a second on the air defense. I'm not sure if that was planned or I don't know. Now using the Royal Champion ability. Yeah, last miner, like I said, is getting placed. Taking out with the last couple of miners in the core, the multi-inferno tower, using the rage. And all of the things which are still up would have been dealt with the queen. So this could have ended in a triple. But yeah, this healer switch was really unfortunate, really bad luck by Boom. That's unlucky. That's really unlucky. So since this was a kind of low percentage as well, this means that we should be alright with like a high percentage 2-star. But obviously it's way nicer to finish up on a 3-star. So let's see how the last attack will go in this war. And well, let's see how the war will finish up. And let's see who will be the winner of this one. So 77% is going to be the last percentage of this one. And this is actually pretty crazy considering that he had this healer switch. So yeah, 77% for Boom. This was when attacking, and this one is going to be a Yeti Bowbat. No hybrid this time. Chill, no hybrid, calm down, and yeah, let's see how this will go. He's starting off with the Warden Walk at the 9 o'clock side, and this base, overall the setup is kind of popular right now in Legend League. Like, this base is super popular, so many people are using it. There are different variations out there, obviously, but yeah. So the idea of Warzone was, I don't think that he's pushing, so he never attacked a base like this. And we had a couple of hybrid ideas on this base, but he was more like, okay, I'm way more comfortable or like way more safe with going with the Yeti Bowbat on this one. And what he's going for, he's starting off with his Yetis on the outside, and he's going in with the Blimp for the Town Hall, because the pathing into the Town Hall is complete crap on this base. So Yeti Smash Attack kind of often fail on this one, because just like there's nothing which is going for the Town Hall. So you have to send in the Blimp. He's using even the Rage for that one to make sure that the Town Hall is going down 100%. And even though the Town Hall is down, it's not looking too good because of the Clan Castle coming out to the top side, and he misdropped the poison sadly. But now he's coming with the bats, because this is a Yeti Bowbat, so he has still the bats. And now that's the funny part about this base. 4 ground expos, and those ground expos do nothing against the bats, so that's kind of funny. Now the last freeze is running out, and the bats are getting the last remaining wizard tower down. Meanwhile, the Royal Champion is taking out the next wizard tower, and this means no wizard towers left anymore, even though a couple of the bats are dying at the top side to the eagle. But there are still a couple of bats left, which will clear out the bottom side, and the bats against the world will finish up this base in style. Like, what the heck? Every single Expo is getting taken out by the bats, which means those Expos can't even defend themselves. It's so funny. Now the bats are even tanking for the queen of the single inferno tower. Queen ability is getting used, and this is a surprising 3-star for the win, which means even if the healers wouldn't have switched in Bomb's attack, we still would have won this war on stars. Maybe not on percentage, but on stars definitely. So this is going to be the last attack of this war. I will obviously show you guys the war map in a second. And yeah, crazy attack by Warsman. Nicely abused those ground expos, which are so popular right now in Legend League, or overall in all of the bases. We finished up on 14-12. you have to admit, some attacks were a bit lucky and unlucky, but I think even in the end with the healer switch, like with no healer switch from Boom, we would have won. So really great war. GG's to ATN.aTTaX, and this means we're in the finals of the HCW. I don't know how to say that in English. Whatever. So we're in the finals over there. So that's nice. And well, like I said, GG's to ATN. It was a fun one. Overall, I think like 8 Dark Looters players in this war. So it was like kind of like a family scrim, like from good old times. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.